Your father works very hard for his money, and you waste it all on records.
Okay, we're at CES 2018. This could be the final CES for the high-end audio industry. Not because the high-end audio industry is suffering. It's doing quite well, actually. Thank you. It's just because this show is becoming less and less relevant to the high-end audio industry for a number of reasons. At any rate, which we'll talk about some other time. So we're here with Luke and B. Manley in VTL, B. Lamb in VTL room. A long time. So let's see what you have here. You have here what?
Well, we brought the Wilson duets to play what we feel is a really good entry-level and signature type level system, but it's to promote our TP 2.5i phono stage.
The one that's is it blinking at me because it likes me? Is that what?
I can make it stop. Yeah.
Okay, so you have a Lyra Etna on a Brinkmann Spider.
Yeah.
So this should give us pretty good sound, don't you think?
Good.
It should, right?
6.5 and the S200 right now to play the duets.
Okay. So now what is the MSRP of this system? Approximately.
We didn't total it, but it's 22.5 for the speakers. 12.5 for the amp, 15 for the preamp, 37.50 for the phono stage. What's the turntable again? The cartridge is 8, right?
Yeah.
We just don't have a total. You can.
Right. Okay. Anybody watching, you get your calculator out, and there's the total. So we're not talking about budget, but we're talking about a fine audio system that you can love for years.
Unfortunately, the Odin 2 is the small word.
Right. Okay, so run me through the TP-2.5i.
For improved, yeah.
Okay.
It has a lot of flexibility. Step-up transformers driving the MM stage, which is these two tubes with a passive RIAA. There's an active MC stage with a JFET. You see the JFET back there?
So you have a choice of which one you...
Yeah, you have 3 choices. You could drive it into MM, which is this input.
Right.
You could drive it into MC active, and the MM you can set with these jumpers to be transformer, because that goes into the moving magnet stage, just further down the street.
I'm familiar with this.
You know this. You got this thing. Passive RIAA. It's got the fourth corner enhanced RIAA, we call it, just on a jumper.
Is it up? It's jumper, yeah.
And then on the transformer step up, you've got up to 1K. So it's, if you set the MM input at 100K, the transformer step up is 10 times. So it results in a 1K load on the cartridge.
Can you run high gain at 47K?
Yes, that would be the MM stage. Just the MM stage straight in.
Well, how much? I mean high gain. I mean, like for, let's say you have something like.
Oh, high gain stage. Sorry.
High gain with 47K, like you need for a moving iron, like the Epoch from Grado, which is an amazing cartridge, but it needs a lot of gain at 47K.
Right. There's the active MC has settings from 100 up to 47K.
Oh, okay.
And any combination, you could put multiple jumpers.
And there you go. Okay, you've answered the question. All you got to do is say yes, and that would have answered the question.
And gain switching.
Okay.
56 and 62 dB.
Right.
Then it feeds the MM. And on the MM, we just have, if you go to 1K, if you set the MM to 100K, it'll result in 1K through the transformer if you're using the step up into the MM.
So it's what you're saying to me is it's very, very flexible.
I feel so.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a feeling. I think it's a fact.
Yeah, and it's got a mute. There's a jumper back here, and you can either get mono or rumble on the upper function. The middle is operate, down is mute.
Okay.
Just one switch. It's RF. Heavy RF, heavy shielding on the. It's a UI transformer. It's a shunt regulated power supply, which we think that was added since you last sort of heard the phono stage.
Right.
And it's got no microprocessor, just a M squared L.
Right. And it's how much does it cost?
$37.50.
Well, that's good. It's made in America.
Made in America, yeah.
That's good.
You can take out the transformers and save $250 if you want, but.
And who makes those transformers? Can you divulge?
We get them from Salter.
Okay, I've heard of that.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they seem to be the best ones we tried them all. We tried Jensen, we tried.
Is that the most fun part of your job? Is the most fun part of your job sitting there and listening to transformers?
B likes
most fun
listening
part of
to
your job?
stuff. She's the listener.
It's one part.
Well, it's my
Okay.
brother's in the boat business, and he says, "What do you do all day? Just sit around listening to records?" I'm like, it's
Yeah,
hard
sure.
selling stuff.
Okay.
One thing I'm very concerned is the new trend in the audio industry regarding turntables. And what concerns me is that, we can say we have won the war. Yeah, analog is absolutely respected. Yeah, everybody says it's a fantastic thing.
And the software's there too. Software is
Oh
there.
yes,
the
software.
records,
Oh
it's
yeah, no, it's
unbelievable.
unbelievable. So even the software industry now agrees, yeah, and even they start to produce better and better products, and every artist today gets on analog.
Yeah.
That's for sure. The problem is, now they're jumping on many companies who had nothing to do with analog and just use it to make business.
Yeah.
Which is fair, which is why
what
we're
happens.
here. Yeah, what
Right,
happened?
right.
But what makes me concerned is that the quality, what makes analog so good, get a little bit lost. And I think a lot of consumer may be disappointed when they go on Amazon and buy one of these plastic things,
I know.
which is basically cheap.
It's a toy.
And it happened a little bit the same thing like also in the AV industry. We realized that the customer is going really to products where they count the features and not the sound.
Right.
So the turntable, the pure manual turntable which is way better because what you need,
Right, and the money's going into performance.
The money going in to inferior cartridges. Not the money. So they take out the money.
Right.
They put USB on, which only few people using.
Right.
They put a very bad phono stage on. It's much better to have a separate phono
Of course.
stage. Yeah?
Of course.
We know
We
this.
know
Yeah?
that.
They put the cheapest of the cheapest cartridge on, and we know the cartridge is very important.
yeah.
They make a lot of plastic
I know.
parts which they hide.
So we have to educate.
So we have to educate.
That's right.
So one reason this is I introduced a product range which called the Flexi range. Yeah, the flexible range is an entry-level product. Yeah,
Flexible.
Which gives the customer the choice that he getting these features what he really needs. So that means it's not a product where all the features are on. They can start with $299 with just a real audiophile manual turntable. Yeah. And so a lot of customers are just happy with that. Yeah, they don't need speed change because they only play a 33. That's it. Why they should pay?
And you can put the belt on the other.
For sure you can. Yeah.
And this is what's the platter material here?
The platter is MDF, and the whole thing is MDF, and the arm is our aluminum
Right.
arm. It has a premium OM10 cartridge. It has a wonderful
Good cable.
good
right.
cable, yeah. Parallel symmetrical, not coaxial, very
Right.
important, yeah. And it's not particle board, it's MDF, yeah,
Right.
which is very much less resonances, yeah. It has the diamond cutted aluminum pulley, yeah. That's very essential parts, yeah.
Yeah.
So you will not find any plastic. You will not find anything which downgrades the sound. If a customer wants to have speed change, here we have the speed change. So he can add speed change, but he doesn't need. So he doesn't need to buy the whole package. You understand what I
Right,
mean?
yes.
Yeah. So also this one has already a motor control unit built in.
Built in, yeah.
And here you have the additional speed change.
And that's $100 more. So
Or-
for some people, it's
But why they should be already $399?
Right, that's right. Sure, of course,
Yeah,
because they can buy a $299 turntable,
Yeah.
and maybe at some point put a better cartridge in it, and then later buy an outboard speed box if they want to do that. Of course.
So then, for example, we have a version with digital. Because a lot of people, have only digital connection. Think about DVD, think about New Force in the high end, but there are
Right.
many Bluetooth speakers,
Yep.
many wireless speakers. Yeah, they have only digital.
Distributed audio, wireless audio,
Yeah.
right? And this can
So
plug right
here,
in. Yep.
Just plug right in.
Yep.
Yeah. The next one has Bluetooth connection. So for sure, Bluetooth is not as audiophile as the standard one,
but
you can wireless connect your turntable again, your wireless speaker.
Right.
Yeah.
It all makes sense.
Yeah. So, but the customer can choose. He doesn't need to buy everything. If he wants to have everything, yeah, then for example, this has phono built in, USB built in, yeah, and speed change. For sure, the price is a little bit higher. Yeah. But for example, if he doesn't need USB, then he has the phono only.
Right.
Yeah. So depending what the customer really needs. Yeah.
Well, what's good is that you've laid all these options out in a logical progression, because it's very bad when it's done in a way where there's so many choices and you don't know where to go. This way,
and
it seems logically laid out.
And if you buy something which you don't need, I hate,
Yeah.
You know, and you have so many $250, $300 turntables today on Amazon.
I know.
They have everything,
I know.
but the essential things like the cartridge, the platter, the blend is bad. Yeah, only to put everything. We're coming in the feature world again. Yeah,
yep.
And so that's one thing. What is my solution? Because I wanted to get the big reason why Pro-ject was getting an important company is we were able to getting the entry level customer to the hobby high-end hi-fi with a debut for $300-400. Yeah.
Right.
And then later, after 10 years, they really bought something which is much more expensive, and they are digging in the hi-fi. Oh, look at here! Look what's coming.
Okay, it's here.
Great. This year is everything about getting the entry-level customer away from some
junk
Chinese plastic to a real good turntable.
Yep.
One thing what I also realized is the trend of combining a turntable with an active speaker. That's very popular. And I, as a stereo hi-fi fanatic, says no go. Why? Because the people already forgot something. Analog is the stereo experience, but there are rules in stereo. And when you're using an analog turntable with an active speaker, then it's a good desktop system, but not a hi-fi stereo system. Why? Because the cable is very short, and you put it on the desktop, and at the moment where you're going 3-4 meters away, it's mono.
Right. So what have you done?
So,
what have you done?
What I have done, I created the jukebox. The jukebox is a turntable where amplifier, everything is built in, Bluetooth is built in, analog inputs are built in, yeah? So you can use this as a central piece amplification turntable and use your passive speaker. And then you can put the passive speaker there where they are correct in the room and not opposite. Because of the short cable, of the phono cable, you are always bound usually with the active speakers to put it very near.
Right.
So it's a near field system, but not a stereo system.
And this is your basic arm is on here.
That's the basic arm because it's for entry level people.
Right.
So so everything is fixed. Anti-skating is fixed.
And what is that track at? Is the track under 3?
Oh yeah. 1.8.
1.8.
Really? Easy. 1.8.
Oh,
No. It's because as you know, the trick is the following, When you design a correct arm, you have to always understand what is the nature of the cartridge.
Right.
Here, it's an OM5 cartridge.
Right.
OM5 cartridge is one of the highest compliance cartridge on the market. So you need an ultra lightweighted arm.
That's right.
Actually, this low-cost arm makes better technical performance than a debut carbon arm in combination
With that cartridge.
OM5.
Yeah.
But it's not that the arm is better.
It's a combination, sure.
That you have, and this knowledge goes way also to high end,
Of course.
So if you use the best arm in the world with the wrong cartridge, I'm
No
sorry.
good. That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
That's more knowledge. More knowledge.
So.
And that's $4.99.
That's $4.99. It has amplifier built in 2 times 50 watts.
Can you play it?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Let's just have a quick. Well, we're in a hallway here, so.
Yeah, the hallway doesn't sound,
No,
but you see what it's power enough,
Yeah.
It's noise free. It has analog inputs to make more other sources, It has Bluetooth. It has a remote control, So. And it allows to put the speaker, which is the most important thing.
Yeah.
It allows to put the speaker where the speaker are perfect for the room.
Yep.
Yeah.
You remember about this? So this is the 175th celebration, anniversary celebration of the Vienna Philharmonic Orchestra, and there are only 175 of these made worldwide. Well, when you see it and Heinz talks you through it, you'll get it. It's an amazing, beautiful.
Yeah, so the picture looks great. This is Pro-ject special turntable designed for the Vienna Philharmonic for their 175th anniversary, and it was designed in conjunction with the orchestra. It's a limited edition. I think they're only making 175. That's what I sort of remembered. And if you look at the finger lift, it's what you'd see on a saxophone. And if you look at the buttons, it's what you would see on a flute. Now, you could say, this is nonsense. This is all gleaming and beautiful, but what's going on inside? But it's very, very, it's about as high a quality piece as they make at Pro-ject. It's very, very beautiful. And I think most of them are sold already. And there's a very special cartridge. It's a 175th anniversary cartridge that Ortophon made for Pro-ject. It's very beautiful. And hopefully many of them will go into the homes of the musicians from the orchestra who will enjoy listening to the beautiful string tone that only a turntable can produce. And apparently this was, Heinz Lichtenegger, who owns Pro-ject, said that the design has a certain coloration to it. It was designed with a particular sonic footprint in mind. So it's not necessarily an analytical product. It's designed for a particular point of view. And that's one of the great things about turntables, as far as I'm concerned. Side light. Okay, so we're back in the Technics room, and last night we posted a picture of this, which is the SL-1000R, and this is the SL-10R set into a plinth. SL-1000. It's early in the morning. And I'm math lexic on top of that. Set into a plinth, and this is going to be about $20,000. And you can add arm boards and have up to 3 arms on it if you're fanatical. And the SP-10R is $10,000, and it's basically just the base without anything, just the turntable sitting in its inner workings. Of course, you get the power supply down there, right? Which is a beautiful thing. All right, and we heard it last night, and I will tell you that on familiar records that I know, with this cartridge, which is basically the expression version of the Ortophon A90, it was very, very impressive. Rock solid speed stability, beautifully textured, tremendous sense of depth. I'm not just buttering these guys up. It really was very, very impressive. Okay, and that's the news. That's why I came to CES. If I missed this, and someone else scooped me, it would really be ugly, and it was worth coming just for this. Now we're going to show you stills from an iPad. So this is the that's the plinth up there.
This is the actual SP-10R, and with the arm board mounted. So if you bought one of our optional arm boards and you bought just the SP-10R, you would add the arm board there. This happens to be the Technics arm, but you could purchase various arm boards and add it to the SP-10R, at which point you would take this and add it to your existing plinth. Let's say you had an SP-10 Mark II or an SP-10 Mark III. You could remove that and just drop the new SP-10R in there and be ready to go, and just reconnect the power supply and you're good to go. This is the plinth for the new SL-1000R, which is the complete turntable system. And that's a 5-layer plinth. So it's mostly machined aluminum, and there's heavyweight rubber. And the weight of it, I don't know exactly what the weight is, but when you put it all together, I believe it's over 88 pounds, and it's got additional working done to the footers. I can show you some more of that if we move on. This is a picture of it from the side. As you can see, the SP-10. You could actually put an SP-10 just as it is on a counter and attach the tone arm to it
you
and
could.
play it if you wanted to. It's certainly not the best implementation,
Right.
but that's
If you're on a budget,
real budget, after spending $10,000,
Right.
you know. But so this is another closer look at the plinth, and as you can see through to the footings, I have some better pictures there, where we've made another look from it there. You can see the various layers. This is the heavyweight rubber.
Yep.
This is the die-cast chassis. Again, the different arm boards. And you know what happens when you drop that arm board in? It's machined to perfectly fit in. And again, the rigidity is really an important part of it, and the tolerances are very, very focused. So this is the new 1200, the new SL1000 tone arm. And this is the platter on its own. We have these special attachments so you can move it easily because it weighs 17 pounds, and it's not something you can handle with one hand. So here's some looks at it as we set everything up here.
Well, it's just great that a company with this kind of technical prowess and machining capabilities dedicated itself to making another classic turntable.
I'm so excited about it, and you know, just listening with you the other night, just to see the capabilities of it. This is, maybe we didn't get a lot of different shots of this, but this is the power supply, 33, 45, 78, and you have the ability to adjust these by up to 16, plus or minus 16%, and you can instantly reset it. And you know, and this will turn off automatically, so that this is an OLED display, by the way. They'll turn off automatically, so no additional noise is introduced.
Yeah. What's funny is how people, the comments sometimes that you see are like, why do you need, if only a disc jockey needs pitch control, why would I said, do you realize how many records that were made in the 40s, 50s, 60s, and 70s are running not at the right speed because the tape machines were not running at the right speed? Now, if you have perfect pitch, or if you know exactly what the key of something is and it's off, you can easily set it correctly.
It really
if you
works
care.
very well. Yep. This is a close-up of the motor. This is it's a dual rotor, twin rotor, but now it's a twin coil as well. So there's 18 coils in there. 12 poles, 18 coils.
And you were telling me yesterday it takes how long to make one of these motors?
Well, it takes, we can build 30 motors a day with the G model motor. So I'm not sure exactly what the rate would be on this. So it's, again, mostly a hand-built process. Right. So we'll find out. I think it's going to be very limited type of production, but it's certainly understandable.
And people don't realize, you know, what these, even the 1200 series costs, and they complain about cost. They don't realize these are hand-built motors.
And built in a Japanese factory by our own, our own team.
You're not farming it out to like
full control over the production, and
that's the only way you can guarantee that people are going to get the real deal. I'm a good shill, aren't I?
You are. You're terrific, Mike. Some of these are redundant, but
yeah. It's great.
Yep.
Well, I'll come back and listen to the DS cartridge later.
Yeah.
Just so you'd like to see. This is the basic one. So it's basically the turntable, like the old one, and what it's set in on. And you could attach a arm board to this, but you probably wouldn't. But there are guys out there who have the SP-1 and 2 set into a plinth, and they can now replace it with this. Just drop it. It's a drop-in. Here's the motor. Okay, so now we're in the Constellation room, Constellation and Magico, and what are we going to be listening to?
We're listening to the Pictor preamplifier. We're listening to the new Tara stereo power amplifier and the Cygnus media player.
Okay, so this is the new Pictor preamp, and what does this preamplifier sell for?
This is $19,500 with a separate power supply.
Okay.
There's also a DC filter in the mix. there. That lowers the noise.
Right.
Okay. And then the DC filter goes between the preamp and the power supply.
Oh.
The power amplifier is the new Taurus stereo amplifier. That's 250 watts per channel.
Right.
That's a stereo, also available as a mono version at 500 watts per channel.
And so what does that cost?
That's 19,500.
Okay, so 19.5 plus 19.5.
18 on the.
Okay.
18.
So the combination is
37.
37. Okay.
37.
And you're into Constellation for under 50K.
That's right.
Okay. And you like that.
And it's wonderful.
That's And these are the S3s?
These are the S3 Mark IIs
Okay.
from Magico.
Because they didn't get it right the first time, so they had to put them
No,
on.
they took a great design and made it even better.
All right, that's what you're supposed to say, and you did a good job of it right away. And what did they
I'm well trained on that.
what did they
Mike.
change?
Let me see if I can find Peter McKay, who can be far more erudite on the subject
Okay,
than I can.
that's true. Okay, so you released an S3, and then you realized you didn't really get it right, so you've come out with a version 2. No, I'm only kidding. I know that you improved it.
We did get it right, but we
Right,
improved it.
Okay, so what?
Kill the music for a second, just so I can
Yeah, so
be heard.
I should stand up, but I'm not going to because I'm too
You're
tired.
not going to stand up for me?
Yes,
Sit down?
I can't stand. I could stand. Wait a second.
Can't stand being here?
I should stand because.
Can you stand for Michael, or can you stand Michael?
Same thing. Okay, so this is the Magico S3 Mark II,
This is the S3 Mark II.
and Mr. Peter McKay is going to tell us what they've done compared to the original.
Yes, so apart from the extruded aluminum enclosure, everything else has changed. We've got a diamond-coated beryllium dome tweeter with a new motor structure behind it. We have a new mid-range driver. This is 6 inches, carbon with graphene coating, which becomes an integral part of the carbon itself. And we've achieved a much stiffer but much lighter weight comb. And this is a new bass driver for us. This is also using carbon graphene. It's a 9-inch bass driver times 2. Loading to the floor, we have a new 4-point outrigger bass, which is different from the original articulated legs with the spiked footers. So this lowers the center of gravity, loads the bass drivers to the floor in a better way.
Because they did fall over on a number of children and kill them, the original. Isn't that true?
I don't know those kids.
That's what one of your competitors said, so I guess it's not, but it's not true, right? Okay.
So
That was a joke, okay?
I know. So it does include the sub-enclosure for the mid-range to work within, and that's a sealed chamber to allow the bass drivers to work in the full enclosure. We have a new convex machine top cover to break up standing waves from the ceiling. So a little bit shorter, a little bit heavier for the extra bracing that's included internally.
I mean, really, it's like a new speaker, but
It is a new speaker.
But the original one did well enough. You didn't want to change the name of it because that would have been stupid.
Right, we wanted to show the enhancements that were derived from this new transducer development with the new tweeter, mid-range, and bass driver cone materials. And it's an exceptional sounding speaker. Really.
28K.
28K
which is
retail.
Very reasonable
Yes.
in this business.
Yes.
Okay, so now I'm going to hear it. I'll make the final judgment. All right, so we're talking to Rob Sample in the dark here. It's okay at our age. It's okay to be in the dark, and we're doing pretty good. So we go back a long way.
Yes, we do, Michael. We have shared the stage before.
That's right.
You do a mean teen spirit.
Not too bad.
You do a mean teen spirit.
It's all right.
But-
So now this is not what you call extremely expensive
Right.
system, but it sounded really fantastic.
Our goal here was to put together a $20,000 system, and so we have our $10,000 repair 3Fs from the Persona line.
Okay, so
And-
let me go over there and
Yeah,
so
those beautiful white speakers.
those are $10,000.
$10,000 a pair, and then the electronic stack is from our Anthem brand. The amplifier and preamplifier are $10,000 for the stack. So our goal was to hit 20K with the electronics and the speakers.
Right.
Yeah.
And you hit it both price-wise and sonically. It was great.
Thank you.
Nothing was not great about the sound of those tracks that I know very well.
Our goal is to keep getting rid of distortion, and which just gets in the way of transparency. It gets in the way of imaging. It gets in the way of frequency response, obviously. And funny enough, when you get rid of lots and lots of distortion, you end up with just a very transparent speaker system that you just get this beautiful
Yeah,
image.
it did all that. It did all those things,
Yeah.
and it went low. It went pretty low, and these
And
rooms.
we didn't even play my bass demo.
Right,
That's,
and these rooms are difficult to begin with,
They are.
and yet you did a good setup too.
Well, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
And that's all I want to say. So
Yeah.
So thank you.
Thank you, Michael.
Got anything in my teeth, or am I good to go?
No, you're good to go. So we are here at Kanto Audio. And where are you guys located?
We're located in Vancouver, British Columbia.
And do you get a subsidy from your government because you use wooden pulp for your speaker cabinets?
We do not. No.
That's a rumor. Is that a true? Is that a true rumor?
Yeah. Well, we can leave it. We can let people keep thinking that.
Okay, I'll keep thinking that. Okay, so you basically specialize in small bookshelf-sized speakers for like college kids and
Yeah,
people
so we
that
have,
want desktop type things.
Yeah. So we have a lineup of powered bookshelf speakers. So we've got desktop, our U2. We've got a hybrid desktop bookshelf, our U4, and then we have our U6, which is more in the bookshelf size.
And these are powered,
These are powered. They have a built-in amplifier.
Class D amps
Yep.
built in. Yeah.
Yep. Inputs, you've got an RCA, you've got an optical, you've got a phono, you've got auxiliary, optical 1, optical 2, preamp, and then you also have a USB charge on the back of it as well.
So it's very versatile.
Very
is what you're
versatile,
saying.
and it has the U4 and U6 both have Bluetooth as well. So
Okay,
very versatile. Connectivity is one of the main features that we.
And so
really
what do
sell.
a pair of these U6s cost?
The
That's-
U6s are costing $399 US map.
That's very good.
Yeah, so very reasonable. The U4s are $299, and then the U2s are $199. So that's
And
all
those
net
will
pricing.
fly over your country and take pictures of your nuclear installations, the U2? Okay, you have to be old to know what that's about. Okay.
Yeah.
Which I am, so I know what it's about. And some of the people. Okay, now you're showing it with an essential turntable.
Yep.
Because this one has a built-in phono preamp.
Exactly, yeah. So the Essential doesn't have a preamp
Right.
built in. So we're running the preamp off of the preamp that's built into our speakers.
And so a pair of those with the built-in phono preamp and the turntable is I think $299. I think.
So the speakers are $299 US, and then the turntable, I'm not entirely sure what the pricing on.
I think it's $299. So the whole
Okay.
thing's like $600.
Yeah, so for $600, there you go. You can get into a
You're into
Project
a
Essential.
Pretty damn
and-
good sounding. Now, do you keep tabs of how many people who buy these things are buying them to use with turntables? Do you have an idea?
We try and do a lot of packaging as we grow as a company.
Yeah.
We're really working with the retailers, so we're working with Pro-ject, working with Audio-Technica to really try and build that package. So we're getting people into turntables. It's a very affordable speaker,
Yeah.
so we can really try and drive
Yeah.
in with the resurgence of vinyl and how
Yeah.
popular it is. It's something that you're not breaking the bank, and you can get someone into the
Right.
vinyl.
Because I mean, you're showing a lot of turntables. You're not doing this for your health. You're doing it because you see this as a viable way to
exactly.
to market this.
The turntables are, it's becoming the in thing again. People are they're really moving away from the digital music, and they're trying to bring back the vinyl. You go to a record store,
Yeah.
a used record store on a weekend, and it's just as busy as a Starbucks.
That's right. I know it. I've been screaming about this since 1986.
Yeah.
And everybody said, "Shut up."
No, it creates
It's real.
An experience,
It's real.
too.
Yeah. I mean, streaming is fine. I stream to find what I want to buy.
Yeah.
And I think there's a lot of music that I wouldn't want to own. It's not that important to me, but I like to listen to it casually. But
Sure.
if things that are important to you,
Yep.
like your first date, your first kiss, your first
Yep.
yeah, that's it's nice to have that thing that was
Yeah.
involved in that. That's right. We all agree with that now.
Yeah, no, it's-
For a long time, nobody agreed with it.
No, it's definitely it's a big
Yeah.
part of where the audio
Well, that's great.
where audio's going.
Right.
So we also have this is our new.
Oh, the hard
brand
cells
new-
come, and the hard cell a center
Brand
channel.
new product. Nope, this is a
Not a center channel?
it's a single cabinet powered speaker. So basically, it's two U4s put together. So it comes with all of the same features. So amplifier built in, RCA, optical, phono preamp in this as well. It's got a sub out and USB charge. So really pushing this for smaller spaces.
So it's a stereo for a
Yep.
small space.
Yep.
Does it do? And does it? But do you get separate? Well, the
Yep.
tweeters are separated.
Yep,
after
you
the
get
previous.
definitely you get channel separation.
And what does that sell for? $6.99.
Oh, yeah, $299 US for this.
Really?
Yep.
But wait a second. That's two U. What is a U2 pair?
Sir, U4. So $299. So the U4 and the SID are both going to be the same price.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yep. So really looking for, apartment living, college dorms, small spaces.
Yeah.
And because of all the connectivity options, it's really the only speaker you need. You can plug it into your TV.
Yeah.
You can stream your music. You can hook it up to your turntable. And really, with a remote, you're just changing the input and away you go.
And how long have you guys been in business?
We've been an audio company for about 10 years. We've been really pushing over the last 3 years. We've been putting a lot more of our time into market research and into driving our products, into marketing, developing a sales team. So really the last kind of 3 years have been our big push for us.
And you sell online too?
Yeah, we sell with a lot of independent retailers. We started as an online company, so we're on Amazon, we're on a bunch of the big box retailers online, and then we're in store in a lot of boutique record stores,
Oh, great.
independent shops.
That's great.
Yeah, so we're really trying to push that independent market.
Business is good?
Business is it's getting better. It's as with anything, you can always do better.
Yeah, of course. As a writer, I know I can always do better.
Yeah.
Believe me. But the difference that you guys got going is you make something, you can just pop them out.
Yeah.
After I finish writing something, you know what I got? Nothing. But that's okay. Anyway, thanks so much.
Yeah, no worries.
Okay.
It's thanks for taking the time to stop
You bet.
by.
It will be on YouTube.
Oh, perfect.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, so here is the Mark Levinson turntable, the number 515, and there's no hiding. It's made for them by VPI, but it sounds excellent. I finally got to hear it here. I really haven't heard it until this show. And they got a nice Ortofon cadenza cartridge in there, which doesn't hurt. And so what they've done is they've got a gimbal bearing arm instead of having the unit pivot, which I think would probably be difficult for a lot of people that are casual vinyl people, and a very nice bearing. I mean, if you're a VPI person, you recognize a lot of the elements that are in here, but it's put in a very nice package, and it sounds very good. And they've sold quite a number of them, surprised the pants off of them. In fact, I'm not turning the camera around because you'll see they're all not wearing pants. All right, so we're in the Esoteric room, and best known, I think, to a certain degree, for your digital side. Although the phono preamp, the three that I reviewed was a fantastic piece, really great sounding piece. And this is a brand new one. This is a fully balanced.
Yes, EO2 is fully balanced. You still have multiple inputs, so you've got a balanced input and two RCA inputs. Some things have carried over from the past. The circuitry is very similar, just doubled to make it balanced. You still have the cartridge demag.
Right.
You still have a subsonic filter, and you have a
mono, which is good to have.
Also, I think new this year, or with this one, is as you switch inputs, it will remember your loading.
Oh, that's convenient. Very good. And what does this cost?
This is $9,000.
$9,000. Okay,
Retail.
that's very reasonable in this world, in this marketplace. Okay, and you've got a cadenza on there.
Cadenza bronze.
You play a record for me?
I would love to.
Okay, this is the E. What is it? It's the
EO2.
EO2. Okay. Okay, we're in music hall room. Leland. So this is a new. It's a new MMF 9.3, but it's like the old 9.3, but it has it's a most beautiful finish. It's a wood. So instead of chopping down MDF trees, lacquer trees, you've chopped down mahogany trees.
Mahogany trees, that's right. Yeah, walnut. It's
Walnut trees.
We call it the MMF 9.3 wood.
It's very
So-
beautiful, but it's functionally the same as
Gives you wood, get wood,
sport wood.
wood,
Get wood.
sport wood. Yeah.
Tiger wood. Okay. Very attractive, and you haven't put a price on it yet. So what did the older one was?
The
3,000?
The one we're still making the one in piano black lacquer,
black,
and it's
yeah.
$23.95 for that one. So
Okay, so
this will be somewhere $3,000 and under.
And you may update
We may
the
change the cartridge. This is a pre-production sample.
Right.
This has the new motor on it, which is 33 and 45 at the touch of a button. Of a button. It has the electronic speed control on it. DC motor.
Built right into the motor
into the
housing.
motor
Oh, that
housing.
makes it convenient.
Right.
It's very attractive. You can put this on
Acrylic platter, inverted ceramic main bearing,
Right.
one-piece carbon arm.
Yep. Okay. Anything else new?
Anything else new? Come with me. Over here.
I'll say that Roy Hall has a Lord album here. She's boycotting Israel, and he's got a Lord album here.
Well, it's not mine. It's Leland.
Leland, you anti-Semitic son of a bitch.
That's
the
right.
hired help. You know,
Yeah.
you can't get
Get
good
that
help
record
these
out of
days.
here. Even Howard Stern
We're
is
gonna throw it
appalled
out the
by it.
window at the end of the show.
Please. Okay, so this is the new musical MMF 1.5 390, a very familiar looking turntable.
Yep. It's a cherry wood finish over MDF. 3 speeds, 33, 45, and 78.
Oh, okay.
Belt drive, not direct drive. Thick aluminum platter. S-type tone arm. Similar to Technics 1200. Removable head shell. Comes with the new Music Hall Melody cartridge,
Okay, that's a,
which
Audio-Technica.
retails for
And
$75.
that's like an Audio-Technica variant.
That's right. Yeah.
Fair enough. If
Has
you're going to do a variant of a brand, that's a brand.
That's a brand to
good-
do. This has a phono preamp built into
Oh,
the back, which is also bypassable,
and speed is adjustable.
and it has an electronic speed control,
Oh,
and is adjustable.
so you can run line and phono out, and it's all for $399.
All for $399.
Okay, that's a good deal.
That's a good deal.
That's a very good deal.
Exactly. And comes with a dust cover.
Okay.
There's a new range of cartridges from Goldring,
Okay.
ranging in price from $100 to $175.
Okay. So
Also a very similar motor that you probably recognize, but beautiful body and Audio-Technica variants as well.
Yep. And all moving magnets
All moving
in a
magnets.
medium price and a low price point.
Right.
And the spirit and the melody. So which is
Yeah, the Spirit's $100, Melody is $75.
Oh. And you know, at the bottom of the market, that's $25 means something.
Yeah, it does. It does.
Very,
It really-
very-
it makes a huge
it's
difference.
important not to dismiss that kind of
Right.
difference because it's important.
And new record cleaning machine.
All right, so this is a music hall WCS-3 699, and it spins. It's got a platter that spins.
Right. WCS3 stands for wash, clean, suck.
Well, suck. Okay,
Yeah.
I like that. And it says
It spins the record, has a clamp on top. You put the fluid on, apply the fluid, rub it with a little brush,
Right.
and then you hit vacuum. It also has another unique feature, which is, I call it a volume control.
is that adjustable vacuum?
Adjustable vacuum,
Oh, that's
exactly.
Good. That's good. Okay. Is it noisy?
Yep,
They're all
sure,
nice.
absolutely.
Gotta wear
Yeah,
earplugs.
it's got a good
Vacuum.
vacuum in it. Very powerful.
Okay.
It'll dry the record completely in one spin.
All right, so you have phono cable.
Yeah, new phono cable going to retail for $99. Has a very unique grounding system, and it's using Cardis copper.
Oh.
So nice fabric jacket. Oh, sorry.
Fabric jack Cardis, and what is it? A Teflon? Any in the RCA? You know what's in there?
Yeah, it's got all sorts of stuff. At the moment, I can't remember.
Can't
any of
remember,
them,
but it
Yeah.
insulates. That's the
It
important thing.
insulates.
And it's
And
shielded.
It's a very good, secure connection.
And it's low capacitance.
Absolutely.
That's essential.
We've been working on this cable for about almost 3 years with the designer.
Wow, excellent. Okay, and you got a built-in base of customers to tell. Hey, and you can tell them if you don't hear a difference, send it back.
Right, absolutely, sure. Yeah, if you don't think it sounds better than the $3 wire that turntables come with,
Right.
sure, send it back.
Okay, so Peter, you are going to show us now that you've been subsumed, you've been swallowed by the ELAC monster, and so now you have a whole new line of products under the ELAC name. It's the Alchemy series under the ELAC name.
Right. So ELAC has a lot of sub-brand names. Andrew Jones has loudspeakers he's done for them under a variety of brands like Adante, for example. This is the Alchemy board. This is the new PPA2 phono preamplifier.
PPA2.
Phono preamp, PPA.
Right.
You did a review on the earlier Alchemy product called the PPA1.
Which was a different configuration,
Different
different form factor, as they like to say.
So this is now a 1U high, power supply built in, same toroid transformer, linear power supplies. Similar topology, we now have input 2 can either be single-ended or balanced. We still have the continuously adjustable load for each input.
Right.
We now have a new feature on the front where you can enter measure mode, and the load is disconnected. Your phono cartridge load is disconnected,
Right.
and we now read the value of the adjustable loading directly.
Oh.
So you set them till you're happy with the number that shows on the front.
Ah.
Anything from 5 ohms to 999 ohms. Set
Then
left
you
and right
listen.
channel individually.
Then you listen.
Yes, you take it out of measure mode then. It shuts off the little microcontroller that's doing all the measuring.
So you don't lose any
There's no,
quality.
right, so all the digital signals turn off when you take it out of measure mode.
And then if you don't like what you hear, you turn it back on and tweak up
Well,
and down.
you can actually tweak them while you're listening.
Right.
So my suggestion would be that you put it in measure mode, set it to where you think you should be or some kind of recommended
Right.
number, then take it out of measure mode, start listening, and then tweak from there.
Right. And so, what is this? A lot of open space in the front. Is that something? Is a DAC
So,
going to go in there, or
no, it's because
electric razor, or what?
no, further products in the line use the same outer
I see.
chassis.
So it's a cost saver.
Right. So if you look at the power amplifier, which is next to it, or the DAC preamp after that, you will see they get fuller and fuller.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense to
Yes.
use the same chassis rather.
Right.
Than, plus, having it flat like this is also beneficial. You don't use a lot of shelf space in the vertical direction.
Right.
And how would you say the sonic performance compares? Is it comparable?
It's in fact better.
Better.
It's quieter than a PPA1 with its external power supply.
And that was quiet too.
And that was quiet.
And what is this going to cost?
$9.99. So it's approximately half the price of what it was before.
Wow.
Yes.
What accounts for that? Volume?
ELAC.
ELAC.
Yeah, manufacturing efficiency, volume, resources.
And where is this being manufactured?
So it'll be manufactured in China. Yeah.
Right. Okay, that's 6 months.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow, $9.99 for that is very good.
It's very good.
That's going to be
serious.
Yeah, serious. That's right.
Yeah.
Okay, and then this is
This is the new power amp. This is a 600 watt mono or 350 watt per channel stereo, switchable from the front panel.
And is it Class D?
So it's a Class D output stage right
Right.
here, and it's a Class A discrete FET input stage.
Okay.
The input stage runs on a linear power supply. The output stage runs on a switching supply. Again, topologically like the DPA1 that came before. DPA1 was $2,000 for 120 watts a channel. This is $1,500 for 350 watts a channel.
Wow. Wow, that's incredible. And this is your DAC.
And this is the DAC preamp and digital streamer. So it's a MQA ready, Apple, AirPlay, Spotify, Rune endpoint, Bluetooth. It does 3D, 4K. It has our own selectable digital filters running in the DSP. It has all analog filters running after the DAC and a fully discrete analog stage. And again, topologically and circuitry-wise, similar to a DDP1, but significantly upgraded.
Now, are those products still, those are gone?
They are just closing out the end of them.
Right.
And these products will be available, the preamp and the power amp, approximately April, and the DAC preamp in May, June timeframe, probably right around Munich.
Wow. So this is a digital, an analog and digital preamp?
Yes, so this has both balanced and unbalanced analog inputs and a full complement of digital inputs.
And it stays in the analog domain out
Yes.
all the way
Analog stays analog.
through. Right. So you run this into that and that, and you've got everything.
Get
with the
everything.
three pieces,
That's
and the
right.
three pieces
And
together goes on math like
$5,000.
$5,000, and,
Yep.
and you got.
And we are demonstrating it right here with a turntable.
All right. Let's do that. Let's
do
hear
that.
it. Yeah, let's hear it.
Great.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Andrew's suffering from either food poisoning or the flu.
Yes.
But so I appreciate you taking the time to do this for me.
Thank you.
This is your new powered speaker.
New power speaker. So it's a three-way active, concentric driver, as usual. These are just prototype chassis. The final one will probably be all cast chassis. So 1.5-inch voice coil, soft dome tweeter, metal cone, 4-inch. Metal cone bass driver, 3 channels of amplification, and all of the crossover network is active analog, so there's no DSP inside there. And I chose that because always with an active speaker you're going to have some limitations as to how good your system can sound. If everything is inside it, you can never get a better sound than what you got to begin with.
Right.
And if you do all the active filtering in the analog domain and good enough amplifiers, you can then go on improving the sound quality beyond that with whatever DAC and source equipment you use.
Right.
And it also means you're not digitizing any analog sources.
Right, I like that.
And I think that with what you can do, the difference between digital filters and analog filters, if you're designing the speaker drivers right in the first instance, you shouldn't need to be able to require pulling too many tricks with complex DSP filters. Get it right first.
Right.
And so it's 180 watts on the bass section, around 60 to 70 on the mid-range, because the mid-range is inherently more efficient.
Right.
And then 30 to 35 watts on the tweeter. There's controls for adjusting mid and bass and tweeter, just if you don't like my choice of how I said it should sound like.
You should set it and throw the keys away. I know what people do when they can fidget, they get fidgety. They want to fidget.
Right,
well,
yeah.
Okay,
And then it's got a built-in wireless module.
Oh.
So we've got proprietary wireless system limited to 1644.
Right.
We do that because some of the higher bitrate type systems, they're not so stable in different room conditions. So just regular CD quality, and you can power that totally down if you're using a wired connection, so you don't have any of that wireless system inside radiating and causing problems. And that's going to be released sometime around the middle of the year.
And what is that going to sell for a pair?
$2,000 for the pair.
Wow.
And that's with a transmitter supplied with it. So there's the stand mount version, and it comes in 3 different finishes: the black and the high gloss black, high gloss white, and high gloss veneer. And then a tower version of it.
Wow. Power.
Bit more power, up to about 300 watts on the bass section, and 3 of the 5-inch woofers, and those are $4,000 for the pair.
For the pair.
Yeah.
Wow. So really, if you're in home theater mode, you just get a pair of those and run. You get a pre-pro and put the front channels in there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow, that's great.
And it was certainly, as we were setting up, we can drive from both the Discovery music server, so over in the demo system, either just the Discovery, which is around $1,000, $1,100, and the pair of speakers, and you got the complete system.
Right.
Or Peter's new DDP2 upgrades it. And it was interesting, not that I'm doing down our Discovery, but when you add on the work Peter's done into the Streamer DAC amp, you can see the improvement in sound quality that we get really does show why we went to analog filters rather than digital, because then we're not limited by whatever the DSP and DACs are that are built into the system.
It's his DAC as opposed to what you've stuck in there.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Well, great. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, there's a great picture. I love it. So this is a road case for the Analog Foundation, and they pack this whole thing up and they ship it around, and they're doing introduction to. Look, they've got a West Phono stage. Interesting stuff. Audio-Technica amplifier, and this new turntable, fully manual belt drive turntable, $799. Yeah, so Audio-Technica is showing a uniform solution for strobe, record cleaning accessories, record care solution, record cleaning kit, disc stabilizer, level, cartridge. That cartridge stylus cleaner, I had that in the 70s. I think I had that same one.
Sure.
Back when I was a mere child. Okay, so this is Audio-Technica's VM cartridges. What does VM stand for?
It's basically the shape of the magnet. So
Okay.
Magnet.
I get it. And these are all moving magnet cartridges. And the price ranges from what to what?
It starts out at like $129 to $549, I believe.
Okay. So you can see the shapes of these things. Special line contact, shibata, microline, elliptical nude, elliptical bonded.
The difference between these two, standard conical bonded and the conical bonded for the SP cartridge. So for a 78.
Right, so it's a bigger radius. You can see it. Yeah. Great.
They're both conical bonded. It's just different.
And what's great is these are all user replaceable, right? So you pop them in and pop them in and out.
These stylus are actually replaceable back to some of the cartridges we made back as far as the early 70s.
Wow.
So, cool. As long as it's a VM body, we can replace the styli on it.
And what's in the glass cases? That's the.
So these are the.
I have to drag this information out of you, Kurt. You know, it's.
This is all the moving coil lineup. So, starting with the Art 1000 being the top of the line, and then moving down through different iterations of the OC9, which has been around for many years.
A lot of people love that cartridge.
Which is the Shibata tip. It's a fairly new one.
Right.
And moving down to the.
So what's the difference between the OC9 3 and OC9 ML2?
So one's a moving microline, and the other is a Shibata tip.
Oh, I see. Okay. AT33EV. They're so beautiful. They're such beautiful cart. They're so beautifully made. Really are. Art 9.
And then obviously you know all about the Art 1000 doing the relays and so forth.
Yep. Okay, Tom. 2 new turntables here.
Yes, Michael.
So,
the first one is the Triangle Arc Maestro turntable.
The Nitro?
Yeah, Nitro.
Oh, Maestro. Okay. Okay. And what can you tell me about it?
Well, the Nitro is it's a belt drive. It's the whole turntable is also made by composite metal. It's a belt drive, 2-inch platter.
And how much does it cost?
$7,500 US.
Oh, okay. An AC synchronous motor.
Yes, it's AC synchronous motor. You can plug it to the wall. The pulley comes 33 and 45 speed.
Right.
And this is master reference turntable with the double platter, drive-by stainless steel drive bearing, drive bolt platter.
Now, is the bottom platter magnetically coupled or no?
There's no magnetic.
So they're both
connected to the one single bearing.
Spindle.
Yes,
Okay.
stainless steel bearing.
So that's a pretty massive number there.
Yes.
So what does that cost?
It's $40,000.
$40,000
USD.
Okay. And what was the last big turntable that you had?
That's a reference SE, the last one you saw at the show.
What did that cost?
$28,000.
Oh, so this is like up.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's the second top of the line.
Second to the top.
Yeah, second to the top.
Okay, well, I'm glad I asked.